is like it was difficult, like when leaving such a little
Tiny
kid baby
Yeah. Mm.
at home and going back to work. I still remember I was so much in guilt. I used to up all night. I used to carry my baby and sit and sleep. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. My mom was like, you sleep, put her down. And I remember the days I was like, no, I'm gonna leave her all day. At least I want to be with her, like holding her all night. I was like, so.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Sanjana.
Hi. So finally we met today.
I know, after such a back and forth,
Such a
but
back and forth.
we
Yeah.
able to make some time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So it's nice to meet you today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I know we talked briefly, and it was very exciting for me to, you are in IT, and you are from India, from Jaipur.
That's right.
There's a lot out there. So can you explain to me, or like, just talk to me about what your journey was, like
Sure.
from Jaipur to Silicon Valley.
Of course, yeah, I will be happy to. So, as I mentioned, like I grew up in Jaipur. Entire my childhood, schooling, and engineering. I did my engineering from there as well. So everything is from Jaipur. My family is extended family is in Jodhpur, but my parents and everybody settled down in Jaipur. I have one
Okay.
older sibling. I have my brother. He's still in Jaipur and helping
Okay.
out dad with his family business.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad is also engineer. My brother is also engineer. So it's kind
So
of
family of
family
engineers.
of engineers. So that kind of attracted me towards getting into engineering field. I was always excited about math and stuff. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of aligned with it overall.
Math and physics.
Math and physics, yes. Yeah, and more like I know the other segment is the biology, and I was always like very scared of it. So it was like perfect field for me to go this way.
You kind of knew that's where your strength is.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
That's true. I had like my best friend from childhood. She took the biology, and we were like completely opposite in that sense. She was like, "Oh, I'm not good with numbers," and I feel like I'm really good with numbers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That probably helped you, right, with the number sense.
Yeah,
being
exactly.
there. Yeah.
Yep. So grew up there. I did my engineering. During engineering, like last year of final year, you usually get like college placement. So I, like among all the other students of my college, I also got placed to like 2 or 3 companies,
Okay.
and was it was now actually I got a lucky in a way, get an option like where to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But during the summer that year, me and my friends, like 2 of my best friends from engineering, we all, enrolled ourselves for like Indian Army. So Indian Army usually recruit like young engineers, women
Okay.
engineers. A
Okay.
set of, I think they take around thousands of application, but overall India, but they ended up only selecting like 1,000, 1,500 something women,
Okay.
girls
So
overall.
it's competitive.
It's very competitive. Yeah.
Okay.
So they usually, so it was like my intention was not to get into like Indian Army, but it was like a fun experience. It was 5-day trip. So usually they take interviews or several set of sessions and exams and stuff for like 5 days that involve physical as well as the written exams and aptitude and all, but it's all like completely paid by government, usually. So
it was more like a holiday for you.
It was a fun holiday.
Like more like a holiday, but then you thought, okay, let me try it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was. I am always like a very sporty girl as such. So I thought it would be fun to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But if nothing happens, it's good to be have a holiday with friends and all. So we did. It was in Bhopal. I did 5 days of interview.
Where is it? When is it? You said
it was in Bhopal. So
Bhopal.
Yeah. So test and everything was in Bhopal. So we had to travel.
Okay.
So all three friends, we traveled there, and then it was a 5 days thing. And to my luck, I did got selected
Wow.
there. And it was sound very exciting. One of my cousin mama, like very distant mama, but he was actually a colonel in military.
Okay.
So when I got selected, I was talking to him and I was like super excited. I was like, this is amazing, Sonia. You should definitely pursue that. I also got like super excited. I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So maybe I should definitely try it out. So apparently after selection, what you do, you all the 1,500 girls who selected from all over the India, they have to go for 6 months of training in Chennai. There is a OTA, Officers Training Academy in Chennai. And once you clear that training, you appointed as a captain in Indian Army.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And well, since we were engineers, we did not have to go on the border and like basically
Definitely.
fight wars, or more on the technical areas where communication department and all that.
Yeah.
So over there,
Their technology stuff.
their technology stuff. But everybody, whoever in the army, had to go to the mandatory training of like a strength and for certain abilities you supposed to be there. So it was 6 months of training in Chennai. It was pretty intense. It was really good, but really intense. So just to give you the preview of a day, we had to wake up at like 4 a.m. in the morning and breakfast, like everything has to like to the T by time, which is great. But at the same time, you have to do everything yourself. Pretty intense in a way is like whatever, a back-to-back session, like not a single minute in between.
Fitness and all that
Fitness
stuff.
and things like that. They take you to the camp in jungle. I mean, it's you can imagine the real world scenario. They want to make sure
So they prepare you
for
for
you're trained
in
for
case
that.
you have to go
Exactly.
there some reason.
So I remember one of the instances, we were like 2 minutes late for one of the class, and I was like up in the hill. So you have to walk up the hill, and 2 minutes. We were like 2 minutes late. And the instructor was, as a punishment because we were 2 minutes late, they canceled the class itself. Rather than we have to roll down the hill by our head, and all the hair basically, you pin it up. None of the hair should come out. So imagine all those pins were poking in your hair as you roll down,
pushing your head.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's and you can totally imagine they want to make you
They
tough.
want to teach you discipline, right?
Discipline and tough, and make sure that you are able to prepare for the world outside.
Must be very exciting.
It is. So I definitely love the physical part, and I was able to handle it. It's not that nothing, but the another aspect of it, like my personality as a way I usually, and I raised that way. My dad is like always open for, if you don't get it, if you don't understand, if you don't agree with anything, ask questions.
Yes.
Don't just take it. And that is a little bit different in army. You're supposed to like follow orders rather than question on why. That didn't gel well with me
Personality wise.
Then, but in the 6 months period, if you don't like, if for any reason you have to leave, you basically Indian Army give an option to leave. You can stop the training and go. So I tried for 3 months. I thought I'll get used to it, and just like, but the part of me was not happy. I was able to follow everything, but the part of me was not happy. So
probably just was a personality conflict.
Yeah, exactly.
More than anything else.
More than anything. It's an amazing opportunity for sure. And women should pursue for sure. And they have like all the facilities, and make sure like we are women have like own privacy, and the way all the training we should get, like prepare you for that. So which is all good. The Indian government has done a good job that way, but it's just not for me.
So then back to square one. You're back into your. So you left. You said.
Yeah, I did after 3 months. So I left Indian Army, and I back to square one. Then I was an engineer by degree. So I again opened for corporate world. I got lucky. I got another opportunity in Bangalore. So I went back to Jaipur for 2-3 months. I had to figure out like what I want to do next. So I found an opportunity in Bangalore. I moved to Bangalore. I was a software engineer there. Yeah, first time again. I was away for 3 months in the army, but then again in Bangalore, like first time away from parents, it was difficult.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, took some time to adjust, but yeah, I did got adjusted, made a lot of friends. It was really nice time.
I think that makes a difference when you make friends.
Yeah,
you can easily adjust in the
that
new
is true.
place,
Friends
right?
plays really.
That is the tip of the
important
day
role.
for
Yeah.
because when you are new to an area and you don't know anyone, if you make friends, it just gets easier.
Right.
I think that's for any place. I feel
That's
like.
for any place. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, same thing. If you move to any new place,
Mhm.
you start slowly, but as you start making friends, it's
Yeah.
like someone to talk to,
Someone
you know?
to talk
Someone to
hang
share.
out.
And,
Yeah.
and obviously, you have to, connect with your friends as
Yes,
well, like
yeah.
how and the level of friendship also
Yes.
defines that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened after that? So,
So-
from army to obviously you did
Yeah.
engineering degree,
Right. Yeah.
which probably also was a tough degree to do, and then you went to Indian Army, and then this you loved it, but there was a different mindset. You were you wanted to kind of question, and obviously in army
Yeah.
you have to what is it
Follow
called?
the
Orders, right?
Yes,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
But then you moved to corporate world again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is very exciting.
Yeah. It was,
Mhm.
and actually, it's even though I only was there for 3 months, but I learned a lot from the army
Yeah.
as a discipline, how to, that is also very important in any field you go. So,
Yeah.
I had
So it
like a
helped
good
you.
picks from there, gaining confidence and like I that also changed a little bit of my perspective of how to be confident, how to do things.
Yeah.
So that
Sometimes
was a
things
good
happen for a
experience.
reason, right?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that was in your journey, that was an important aspect.
That's
you
true.
Kind of,
Yeah.
And then what happened from there?
So yeah, I moved to Bangalore, and then I, through friends, I actually got introduced with my husband now, Vishal. So we
Okay.
He was already here.
Okay.
He did a master's and he was working here that time.
Okay.
And I was working in Bangalore. We used to just chat, phone,
Okay.
on that side. I worked in Bangalore for almost 2 years, and during that time, made a lot of friends and all that stuff. I was always in just one company, but then he came here. Things worked out. We got married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in 2008 December is when we got married.
Okay.
I left the job in Bangalore, but I got an opportunity here.
Okay.
So I got lucky when I came here. I actually came on H1B.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So that all worked out to my luck, I would say, because H1B is
So that's
definitely
good. You
easy.
had a job in hand when you come to the
That's
country,
true.
so it's easier then, right?
Yeah.
Because you already have a set,
Mhm.
at
At least something
there's
to look forward
something to look forward to.
Yeah. So you don't have to go through that process.
Process again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came to this US and always been in Bay Area.
Okay.
I came
That's
to Bay
nice.
Area in January 2009. So after a
Okay.
month, we got married.
Okay.
Yeah. I joined a consulting company.
Okay.
I did, again, same field, engineering,
Mhm.
software engineering. I'm in like a data
Okay.
engineering. So
All right.
in the same world. And then after that, just my journey, my career is like
With
begin
growing
here.
family and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I worked in a few companies. I worked then with CBS Interactive for 2 years. Then I joined Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow,
so I worked
okay.
in Netflix for around 9 years almost.
Wow.
During that time,
So we know now why Netflix is so good, right? Because I just love.
Good to hear that.
Yeah.
For sure. Netflix
Yeah.
is an amazing company to work
Yeah,
with,
that's
for
really,
sure.
I think that's introduced us to all this streaming and everything. Now we have other companies too, right?
Right. But they
But
were
it started with that.
game changer in
Yeah,
the area.
it
for
was,
sure.
yeah. And then it still has a better, I would say, like, I personally, I feel like it's just easier for me
Yeah.
to kind of see where my selection is and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, user behavior perspective wise, it's
Was
pretty simple. The UI
Pretty
and all
simple,
that.
yeah.
The UI
I just felt
development
that,
is very
yes.
simple. That's
Yeah.
what the motive as well internally. We push for how
Yeah.
easy we can make the
How
whole,
easy, and it
community.
is like that. So then you were growing your family. You had kids after that,
Yeah,
right?
right. So while working at Netflix, I have two daughters right
Okay.
now, 10 and 6,
Okay.
and both born around the time when I was working with
Okay.
Netflix.
And then you raised them completely alone, or did you have some support from family?
So got lucky. I had my mom and my mother-in-law like
Okay.
helped in between when they
Okay.
were like very young.
Yeah.
When I delivered my first one, my mom was here for
Okay.
6 months, and then my mother-in-law came. So
So
at
you
least
had
for
a
a
help.
year we
Yeah.
had a help, and that was like super crucial, I would say.
Yeah.
And especially working or not working is a thing. Obviously, you need
Yeah.
more help.
Mhm.
But having someone when you have a little baby is
Oh, yeah.
very important.
You need a
especially-
second pair of
yeah.
hands, you
Like
know.
because especially the first one, you don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, you know. So that was I'm really thankful for both of them. So for the second one also same. My mom, my mother-in-law came.
So they did help you in the beginning,
right?
Yeah.
Then recently, like after 9 years, I was at Netflix, and now I moved to Meta. So
wow.
3 years
Okay.
ago, I joined Meta, and I'm data engineering manager there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And then with career and managing career and kids, it's a lot of responsibility.
it is.
It is. You want to make sure you are attending to the family and also getting,
Of course,
good
yeah,
work done.
totally. I 100% agree. So I remember with the first one, I went back to work after 8 weeks.
Oh,
So
wow.
she was like very little,
Very
and
little.
I had like all the help from my husband. He's like super supportive. My mom was here. She was able to take care of the baby, and everybody like encouraging me. You should obviously, if I want, willing to. We are there to support you in
Yes.
order to
Yeah.
if you want to continue working or whatever. And I do want it to work.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I really I don't think so I can sit idle. So that was important.
No, it's
but
very important for women to be independent, I
Yeah,
guess,
of
right?
course,
Financially, that way.
yeah.
And it's also, I think it's good to have something of your own,
Mhm.
more than just the money part, I guess.
Yeah, of
sometimes.
course,
I
definitely.
feel like it's okay, this is my own thing, so I do it. Or
yeah. Something different from your family and the daily life.
Yes, yeah.
It's personal choice, but it's good to have that.
Or if no job, then maybe like a hobby or something
something to
that you
pursue.
do.
That's
It's
true.
important to kind of do, and it keeps you like off. I've seen as a woman, I see that that's important for us, and it helps us a lot.
That's true.
So
when what I was saying is like it was difficult to like when leaving such a little
Tiny
kid baby
yeah.
at home and going back to work. I still remember I was so much in guilt. I used to up all night. I used to carry my baby and sit and sleep. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. My mom was like, you sleep, put her down. And I remember the days I was like, no, I'm gonna leave her all day. At least I want to be with her, like holding her all night. I was like,
you feel that mothers, you feel like I'm giving her time,
right.
Even though she's sleeping.
Right, of course. I'm sure everybody goes through like one or the
it
other
is
ways.
hard to raise kids, especially if you have career and everything, even otherwise, because there's so much to do. There's non-stop
That's
thing,
true.
and then younger, it's a lot of work also.
So it was difficult, but at the same time, even when my parents were like, obviously my parents or mother-in-law, I know we did not had any help. Vishal always, like my husband, he's like super supportive in every single thing. Help out in the house and stuff like that. So that may make it easier, but at the same time, every phase of life has like a challenge.
Challenges, yes. Yeah.
As kids grow, more their demand, managing time with work and like their activities, it's different. But so far,
and then kids also, when they grow, they there's education load also grows up, which obviously will be later on, but there's more. You have to make sure they get into good colleges. And,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not even
but-
thinking about that
Not
part.
yet.
I don't know. I don't know when and what, but
Yeah.
yeah, I sometimes I talk to friends and like other friends who are in those stages. I feel like, oh my God, so many things are coming up.
But you've done amazingly good, Sonia, like, being a woman in engineering, and then you did that, and then after that you always wanted to try out new things, which is great.
Yeah.
And then, and moving to a new country with a job, there's always, you said there were challenges at every step, but then you had to be strong as like the, basically, I think, it's kind of center of the house, and to make sure everything is falling in place, right?
Yes.
But thank you so much, Sonia, for coming today and talking about your really good journey that you can learn from.
Oh,
that,
thank you so much for having me.
Whether you wanted to try army for some time, but that also gave you a lot of tips, right?
Yes, a lot of learnings, a lot of memories to cherish for sure.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
If you wanna talk about anything at all, then you know who to call. Just tell Sanjana. Tell Sanjana. Tell Sanjana. Tell Sanjana. Just tell Sanjana.